Good evening once again. We begin tonight with a mother's heartbreaking story that begs the question, are pregnant women protected in New York State?
It turns out the answer is in some cases no, but that could change. It could be on the way. Change could be on the way for some expecting moms. Michelle Waugaman brought her experience to our 7 Problem Solvers team looking for help after an accident at work. She says she lost her unborn baby, but workers' compensation did not apply. That's where an attorney comes in who says laws need to change to fix this lapse in coverage. And now one of our local state assemblymen has taken up this fight in Albany. Here's 7 Problem Solver Michael Schwartz.
I feel like I'm still living in a nightmare that I'm waiting to wake up.
A nightmare that began 4 years ago for the then 25-year-old Michelle Waugaman. It was January of 2019, and Michelle was 16 weeks pregnant, working as a personal care aide.
In the client's home, there was a cat involved. I lost my balance, fell down a flight of stairs.
Michelle was rushed to Millard Fillmore Suburban Hospital. Doctors there detected a heartbeat, and Michelle was later sent home. 2 days later, her water broke, and she went to Oshai Children's Hospital in Buffalo. She tells me doctors there told her at 16 weeks pregnant, there would be no chance the baby would survive. Not giving up hope, she went home to finish her pregnancy.
My stance was as long as my daughter had a heartbeat, I was going to give her a chance. So I did not go in to deliver my child. I held out as long as I could.
You said, if there is even a 1% chance that this baby could survive, I'm holding out.
I'm holding out and I'm going to give it to her.
Right.
I'm glad I did hold out, even though ultimately it did not result in a good outcome.
What Michelle and doctors didn't realize is that she developed an infection in her amniotic sac. And when she didn't feel movement, she went back to the hospital.
And he's looking on sonogram and he's saying, the baby's not getting any oxygen.
23 weeks into the pregnancy, Layla Amari Carr was born. 4 days later, Layla passed away.
I actually did not even get to hold her until the day she passed.
On top of losing her daughter, Michelle was left with thousands of dollars in medical bills.
I didn't even have a funeral for her because I couldn't afford one.
She ended up suing the owner of the home where she fell, but the third-party settlement money didn't go to the young grieving mother. Instead, to the insurance company providing workers' compensation.
They're making money for pain and suffering that my client had.
Michelle connected with attorney Kate Kirsch, who specializes in workers' compensation.
There's benefits if you lose an arm, a leg, hearing, eyesight. There's nothing for that unborn child. The problem is that these laws for workers' compensation in New York, they were written over 100 years ago. So when they were written, it was not foreseen that women would be in the workplace like they are now, let alone in the workplace up until the date they deliver a child.
So, Kate, what can be done?
I think that legislation has to be written.
Michelle wrote a letter to her state assemblyman, Bill Conrad. He says he was shocked to learn that this loophole existed.
That particular part of the system is broken, and we're here to fix it.
That's why he's now sponsoring a bill that would cover the loss of a fetus when that loss is due to a work-related injury or illness.
Now, if this bill goes through and we get a Senate sponsor and we get it through to the governor and she signs it, that those dollars will go directly to that person. And to me, it was just a conundrum that I can't believe that that's what happened.
Conrad is hoping it can be passed next legislative session. Meanwhile, Michelle has never stopped fighting for Layla. I want to thank Michelle for her strength in sharing her traumatic story, yet one that is now sparking important change. It's also creating a conversation, one that you can join on our Facebook page. You could also reach out to me if you or someone you know had this happen to them. My contact information on the bottom of your screen. Michael Schwartz, 7 News.